everyone, Chocolo here, but not for video review. This time it's for episode 4 of Look Back. Yeah, episode 4 already. I keep saying how time flies by, and it really is, isn't it? It's crazy, really. But yeah, we're getting a bit of a sort of, well, not an artificial measure of time, a measure of time in all these different episodes and things like this. You know, it's getting a bit crazy, really. I hadn't anticipated that sort of side effect. Side effect of doing it, really, or byproduct, whatever you want to say. Yeah, so a bit scary, but there we go. It's the way it is, I guess. Time will be going by just as much either way, but just makes it feel that much faster. But yeah, so basically this is episode 4 of Look Back. So what do I do with Look Back? Well, basically I look back at what I reviewed 1 year and 5 years ago. Pretty much not to the day, but around the same week or two, basically. Yeah, so I do this every couple of weeks, fortnightly, in conjunction with, well, not in conjunction with, but in an alternatively or whatever, I think you'd say. I don't know how to say, but basically every other week I do a tier list or a premiere, and basically yeah, and the opposite week or the other week that I'm not doing a premiere, I do a look back video. So there you go. Hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, I do apologise. But basically, you know, this is fortnightly, and so are the premieres, but the alternate the weeks. So there we go. That hopefully makes more sense. Yeah, so basically, yeah. So I basically will go over what I reviewed a year ago and 5 years ago, and just roughly say whether I still feel the same, or you know, it'd be nice to look at different things we haven't really sort of maybe even thought about for such a long time or forgotten about, or sort of like ones that aren't available anymore. Could be a few things really. So yeah. Right, so first of all, I'm going to start with the ones I did 1 year ago. So I didn't quite do as many 1 year ago as I did 5 years ago. First of all, I did the fried strawberry cream. Yes. Yeah, I think this was a limited edition one. Yeah, I'm quite sure it was actually. Yeah, I think the raspberry one wasn't, but the strawberry one was, unfortunately. Yeah, I know Andrew Winton was very much, still is very much excited about all these and hoping it'd be a sort of recall or a reintroduction or reissue of Fry's 5 Centres, but it's not happened as yet, and yeah, I don't know, I'm a bit dubious now as to whether it will. We are kind of live in hope. But yeah, strawberry cream was a nice one, but I don't think it was quite as good as yours. I'm a bit underwhelmed with it, really. Wasn't too bad. I think it's generally a bit like the one, the Strawberry Dream from Roses or the equivalent from Quality Street to an extent. I don't know, I felt it wasn't quite as good as the raspberry one, really. So I just gave it 3.5 out of 5, and I think, yeah, I don't know, I feel maybe it's a bit harsh, maybe, but yeah, I don't know, I feel like it was probably about right, really. I just feel like they just, you know, they were okay, you know what I mean, I think, but I think at the end of the day, they just, yeah, I don't know, weren't quite as amazing as I'd hoped, but it's still nice. 3.5 out of 5, still a good score, above average for sure. So still liked it, an interesting one. But I think it was just there was a reason why that was a limited edition one as opposed to the others, which are permanent ones. It just didn't quite. It just wasn't as exciting, you know what I mean? So yeah, but it was still interesting. But yeah, there we go. Now I had cherry bakewell digestives. Yes. I thought these were all right. I feel like a lot of these, the flavours were just a bit too subtle in them, really, was the gist of it. They were just too subtle, the flavours. Yeah, and I give this one a 3 out of 5. Now I think that was probably a bit harsh. I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. I'm going to up it this one because it was still nice, had a nice cherry flavour to it, and it was good. It just all of them were a bit weak, really. But yeah, I think 3.5 out of 5 is a bit more appropriate. You know, just this was one of the better ones. I think the cherry flavour was nice. You know, and so I think that's another reason why to bump it up, really. But yeah, it was just. They were just quite weak all the same, you know. That was the problem with it generally, but you know, across the board really. But yeah, but it was a bit better than that. So 3.5 out of 5. So yeah. Then what else do we have? Cadbury's Top Deck from Australia. Yeah, so this was like Cadbury's Dairy Milk with Cadbury's Dream sort of as the top half of the sections or the segments, basically, like imagine squares of chocolate. Yeah, I mean, usually have like a sort of weird what they called. What they're called, a ziggurat, is it, or something like that? Those kind of weird stepped pyramids. Not sure if that's the right term for them or not. But yeah, so basically, yeah, it was a bit like that. Well, sort of one of those, one step being the top deck, I guess. Yeah, where the white chocolate was, and very nice, very interesting, very exciting. I think Cadbury's Dairy Milk and Cadbury's Dream, perhaps. I don't know if it's quite as good as the UK equivalents, but this was still very nice, and I love the look of it. I love the presentation, love the taste. Worked really well, and it was proper white chocolate as well, and there was a good amount of it as well. You know, it wasn't just like the sort of the spring edition bars that Cadbury do here, where they have that sort of like it's 90% milk chocolate or whatever, and only a very small amount of white chocolate just on top that you can't even taste. This one, you know, it was more milk chocolate than white chocolate, but it was enough of it to taste it, and it was well implemented. It looked great. So yeah, I gave this a 5 out of 5, and I think that was pretty much spot on. Yeah, 5 out of 5. Yeah, and we had the Snickers creamy maple almond butter squares bar. Yeah, so they've just released a new catch, and I keep meaning to review it. I lost it actually. I don't know where it's gone. I think my one of the stash watches, it might have got mixed up with some of the other stash somewhere, and I can't find it. So I need to buy it again. So I promised to review it a while back now, actually, and yeah, I've just forgotten about it because I misplaced it. Yeah, as part of the yeah, I think it was a 5-year special, I think. Yeah, so I do apologise for that. I know I promised I'd review it. So, yeah, so basically, this one, yeah, I didn't, well, actually, it was the peanut butter one I promised to review. This was the maple almond butter one. So this one, yeah, I think, yes, this one wasn't as nice, as the peanut one, basically. Yeah, I think it was in the last look back I mentioned about the peanut one, I think. Yeah, I said it was basically like licking a table, basically, because it just tasted like varnish. It was very yeah, it wasn't for me at all. And I think I gave it a 2.5 out of 5. I think it's worse than that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna, yeah, I think that's a 1.5 out of 5. I'm gonna lower it. It just wasn't that nice at all. Almond butter's just not for me, and as I say, it tasted maple. It's the maple side of it that was just too much. It was just very lacquery. Yeah, so I think yeah, 1.5 out of 5. I think. Yeah, definitely lowered that one. So they've not released that one in the UK yet. They have released the peanut butter equivalent, but not the maple one or just the maple almond butter or the almond butter one. There's 2 of them they haven't released. Yeah, so but they have released the peanut butter one. So hopefully I'll get that reviewed soon. Yeah, and the last one was the Cabbage Dairy Milk with Morrow. So it's another Australian one. Morrow, pretty much like Boost, really. I think they do a Dairy Milk with Boost as well down under, I think, in Australia. But they did do Morrow as well. I'm not too sure. I had a look online. It was a bit ambiguous, really. But just of it is, it's basically like Boost. I only gave this a 3.5 out of 5 because there wasn't much centre, basically. And I thought it was a bit pointless almost. And I think I'm going to stick with that. I think that was probably spot on. It just, didn't have that Boost is like that sort of weird, very sugary centre, isn't it, really? Yeah, so it just was a bit disappointing, really. Obviously still Dairy Milk, but the Cadbury's Dairy Milk Australia is not as good as the UK one, I don't find. Because it's just going to be what I'm used to, I'm not sure. But just the fact that, yeah, there wasn't much centre, wasn't much Morrow in it or Boost. Yeah, disappointing, so that's why I only gave it a 3.5 out of 5. And I think that's probably about right, really. It's still nice, but just disappointing. So there we go, yeah. That's all I did 1 year ago, so let's go on to 5 years ago. So yes, what have we got first? We got, yeah, Cabbage Dairy Milk, Marvellous Smashables, Rocky Mallow Road. Yeah, this is one that has been discontinued. Although it still is on Cadbury's website. If you search for it in Google and then you click on the link, it will go to their website. It still says new on it. But yes, this was a big bar, one of their sort of Marvellous Creations range, but they sort of rebranded them more as a bigger version as well as the smaller one, and called them Marvellous Smashables, where you had like a sort of target where you could hit it and it would break apart all the different segments. It was it was very much a gimmick. It was a bit silly, really. There was just all different shaped segments, and it was kind of they just weren't really uniform in any way, shape or form. And yeah, what you meant to hit it with, I don't know. Because you didn't think if you a hammer or anything like that. So was it your fist or something, which meant you had to put it down and stuff. I mean, you could snap it and things, but it wasn't really. It was just a bit of a stupid gimmick, really, to be honest with you. But nonetheless, it was there, and it was still nice. This one, I really enjoyed the Rocky Mallow. It was probably one of the best ones of the Marvellous Creations range, actually. And it was other than the one that they still do, the what's it called, Jelly Popping Candy, which is still around. It's the only one that's still around, actually. Really, I think they've released a white chocolate version of it lately. But basically, for the longest time, it's only the milk chocolate one. This was the one that lasted the longest. Aside from it, really, and it was nice, actually. Yeah, really nice, this one. It was, I think it did have strawberry chocolate. Was that another one? Got it here. Yeah, strawberry flavoured jellies, shortcake biscuit, and marshmallow as well in milk chocolate. So dairy milk, of course. Yeah, really nice, this one. I what did I give it at the time? I gave it a 5 actually at the time, and I think, to be honest with you, yeah, I'm going to stick with that. I think it was really nice, and I really did enjoy it, and it's one I do miss a lot. I mean, the strawberry. I'm sure they flavoured the chocolate strawberry in the end. I'm sure that's what they did. I don't know, could be wrong on that one, but in the smaller ones anyway, but I feel like they did. But anyway, let me know if they did in the comments or not. But yeah, I really enjoyed that one. That strawberry flavour was really nice. I really liked it, and yeah, they've just not really, I don't know, it's an odd one, this one. I feel like they've sort of got rid of these in favour of their sort of Creator Bar range, Inventor Bar range, or whatever it is now, which is out now, by the way, so I'm going to have to try and get those this weekend. Yeah, so these, rather than having all these wacky ones, I guess that's what they've kind of evolved into, those Creator Bar ones they do every year, which I guess is okay, because these were sort of wacky flavours, but some of them were quite nice. There was that sort of banana chocolate one that I really miss, and Yeah, I know Steven Saunders saying he misses that one as well. And yeah, it was a great one, that one, really. I wish they'd bring it back. I really wished I really wished it would. Yeah, it was so nice and just lovely. Yeah, I can't remember what it was with then now. I think it had like it could have been, was it Toffees? I can't remember now. It's been such a while now, but I really enjoyed it. And I only had it once or twice because I didn't appreciate that it would be going very quickly. It only lasted for a few months, and real shame that one. But yeah, anyway, Rocky Mile Road, that was about. Really nice one, lovely. Wish they'd, I really missed that one. It was a very nice one. It was 5 out of 5 and I agree with it. What else do we have then? So Favours, red berries and milk chocolate. Yeah, so we were just talking about this the other day actually in the tier list in the premiere. Yes, basically I gave this one. Well, I was basically saying that the Favours do a sort of basically a red berry bar and it groups together all the different ones. And I was saying I sort of partition them out into different things in the tier list, and but this one had them all together. It was really nice one. I gave this a 4.5 out of 5, and I think. I really do like phaser bars. I mean, I'm tempted to perhaps say that I would have upped this one to a 5, but I think I don't know. I think the red berry one was it was not quite. It did have crispy pieces in it though. It did have crispy pieces in it, but I don't know. I think I did go for a stage thing right. Phaser. I think it just went up and up in my estimations really. So I feel like it would have gone up in my estimations to be honest with you, because I do like it, and I feel like this was one where I was just getting into phaser, and I didn't quite appreciate just how nice it was at this point. I'm not too sure, but I think I'm going to say a 5 out of 5. I'm going to bump this one up a bit because I do love phaser chocolate. It's so nice. They can't really go far wrong. I would say perhaps red berries is not as exciting of I don't know, just because it's a more typical one, I guess, but it does have crispy pieces in as well. It's really nice, yeah. So I'm gonna give myself the benefit of the doubt now rather than then and up it, because I feel like I definitely give it a 5 out of 5. So yeah. And then we had pretzel M&Ms as well. Yeah, so this one I gave this one a 2.5 out of 5 actually. And I said it was just not really pretzel enough, and so I don't know, a bit of an odd one, that one. I feel like that was quite harsh bit, but I think the gist of it was just sort of, it was too much on the M&M side of it, not enough pretzel basically is the gist of it. So I was a bit harsh on that one. I think, I don't know, seems a bit. I feel like I probably would give it. Well, I was going to say I feel like I'd give it a 3 out of 5. I think I would have given it a 3 out of 5 maybe. Yeah, I feel like I would have given it a 3 out of 5 a year or two ago. But I think now again I would have gone back again and perhaps given it a below average mark, as I say now, like I did 5 years ago. So I think I'm going to stick with 2.5 out of 5. I think that's probably about right, really. I think it was just. It just wasn't spectacular enough at all. It was just very mundane, So I think I'm not going to change that one. I think I'd say if I'd done this a year ago, I think I would have upped that to a 3 probably. But yeah, I think now just based on where I am now, with just lots of lovely chocolates out there, I think 2.5 out of 5 is probably about right. Yeah, I did quite a lot of Japanese Kitkats as well. I had a sort of theory that I was going to do lots of these sort of obscure bars. So I was doing all these phaser ones and Japanese Kitkats, thinking it'd attract lots of sort of attention and things like that, but they didn't really. Well, they probably would have done now more than other times, but I think people generally search for the chocolate they know. So it's only subscribers that are sort of more interested in sort of obscure chocolate, because they'll be already on my channel, won't be necessarily searching for it. But at the time, obviously 5 years ago, it was a new channel, so people weren't searching for that, so they just got no views at all, really. So so it kind of didn't work as I expected to, but I guess it makes sense in hindsight. But yeah, so I did quite a few Japanese Kit Kats. I'll probably do them all together. I think they're slightly out of order here. Now, one of them I didn't rate it at first. I thought they were just a bit random, if you know what I mean. I thought they were sort of a bit more like, not really applicable for ratings. I think I was a bit wrong with that, really. So one of them, this one, which one was it? I think a couple of them. I think a couple of them I didn't rate, I think. And I could be wrong, I could have just missed it. But so there's rum and raisin Japanese Kit Kat. I didn't rate this one. I think it was nice, but just sort of they're more like promo cards or something like that. You just get sort of like not quite. I don't know, just something interesting, but not really something you'd probably, keep having. So I don't know. I think I kind of, it was probably a bit harsh on them, but I don't know. I think they're all nice. These ones is the gist of it. Basically, I think I probably would have given it like it didn't have any raisin in it. It was just flavors really, and they're quite clever the way they do it. So they're quite nice, but sometimes not, just more interesting rather than ones you'd sort of like really, really enjoy. Yeah, so it's probably a 3.5 out of 5 is just a bit. So I think I'll say that's probably the same, but I didn't actually give it a rating I know of. But I think that's probably what I would have done. Thinking back, I did the Kumamon Japanese Kit Kat as well. Kumamon green tea Japanese Kit Kat did that as well. So Kuma is actually Japanese for bear. Yeah, it's actually Kuma the bear in Tekken and things like that. So yeah, I think is it just the guy dressed up as a bear? Is it actually a bear? I'm not sure. Yeah. But anyway, you see Kuma anyway. It's bear basically. So I think I had a Kuma on the wrapper for whatever reason, but yeah, so it's a green tea, quite nice. They've done some green tea ones since then, just like I don't know if it was a UK one, but we had one that was sort of available in B&M anyway. Yeah, it was a green tea one, so it's a full-size 4-fingered Kit Kat. Yeah, again, I gave this one 3.5 out of 5. It's an interesting one. I think they've coloured. Sometimes they flavour the wafer, sometimes they flavour the chocolate in these. I think is the gist of it, like the bits between the wafer and stuff like that. But it was nice, yeah, nice. But 3.5 out of 5, I think. Again, similar fare. It's just sort of curious, a curio. But I did actually give that 3.5 out of 5. And then I had the Wasabi Japanese Kit Kat, and I didn't rate this one, I don't think, but this was really nice, this one, actually, in a weird way. It wasn't spicy, but it tasted spicy. It was very clever. Very clever, yeah, very weird, very hard to explain, and I definitely recommend searching it out for that reason. It's just so weird. So I think I didn't give this one a rating, but I reckon I would have given it a 4 out of 5, I think. Really interesting. I don't say it was like amazingly nice as such, but it was really interesting. Yes, I think a 4 out of 5 for sure for that one. Yeah, so I think I'm going to class these as staying the same because, as I say, unless I did rate them and I lift them up. Yeah, so there we go. Yeah, so I think that's the ones I did. But did any more Japanese Kit Kats? And yeah, I did do another Japanese Kit Kat, citrus golden blend Japanese Kit Kat. I knew I had done. Yeah, I knew I had done. I didn't give this one a rating either, I don't think, but. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was citrus golden blend. I think it was basically another one of these. Was it a tea cover? Let's have a look. See if I can. Yeah, white chocolate with zesty fruity citrus. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. From Shikoku and Chugoku regions of Japan. It says. Yeah. So an interesting one. Yeah. Well, I think it is. It sounds like it might be a tea flavoury one, but I don't think it actually is. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Interesting one, that one. Yeah, interesting. But yes, I think it was all right again. Just all right, just a bit of a citrusy Kit Kat. I don't remember it too well. But again, I think it was another one of those 3.5 out of 5. So yeah. So, it's just interesting flavours, these Japanese Kit Kats. They were just very different, very different. Yeah. So very different. Yes, there we go. Well, I did do another Kit Kat dark chocolate. Yeah, so so I give that one a 4 out of 5. I think it's probably about right as well. So quite accurate relatively. 5 years ago. Yeah. I think 4 out of 5 is probably about right. Nice Kit Kat, just typical sort of stuff really, but yeah, it was probably about right really. I might have reviewed it again since then, so I do apologise if I've since reviewed and give it a different mark. I'm not sure. But I think probably 4 out of 5 is probably about right. Yeah. Now again, some more non-English bars. So again, I was sort of branching out, trying to do different things. I thought that was going to be my main feature of the channel, really. So all of these are pretty much non-UK ones, other than that dark chocolate Kit Kat, I think, and the Marvelous Smashables one. So it just goes to show, doesn't it? So Milka, I did first just a regular Milka Lovely. So basically a aerated chocolate bar. This one. Wasn't too bad. It was, but I think it was just a bit too much like aero really for me. I think I needed just it, and the Milka chocolate for me is not as nice as Cadbury either, so it wasn't really as good. It was recommended, I think, from friend D on Twitter, and long story short is, it was, because you saw that I like Whisper and things like this, and it just wasn't really as good. And I think I've had it since then. They've released it in the UK a bit more. It's been more readily available. It wasn't at the time. I had to get it off eBay, I think, of all places. But I gave it 3 out of 5, and I think that's probably about right, really. And then there's a Milka Lovely Caramel as well, which I also reviewed. And I gave this one a 3 out of 5. I have reviewed this since. I think they now call it the Milka Max or whatever. Max with caramel in the UK. But they had released it as a Lovely Caramel as well, which I reviewed since. And again, it was more the caramel just wasn't really that great, and also, as I say, the aerations weren't that great either. I gave it a 3 out of 5 years ago. I think I'm going to say it's a 3.5, actually. I think it's better than the regular one. I'm not sure what I've reviewed it not that long ago, actually. I'm not sure what I gave it, but basically 3.5 out of 5 I think is about right for that one. It's just the caramel's not as nice as it could be, and the aerations are a bit too wide, a bit too aero-y for me, rather than whispery. Whispery's more velvety, and that's the gist of it. So but still nice, but there we go. Just a bit just not quite hitting the nail on the head, really. Yeah, so we enjoyed that look back, guys. Yes, I put links in the description for all the reviews, so feel free to go watch. Some of them are older than others now, of course. But yeah, they're all there, so if you fancy watching those reviews, check them out. Hope you had a good one. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you have a lovely weekend or whatever, whenever you're a lovely week, if you're watching this midweek. Oh yeah, and thanks so much for your support. As I say, great if you could like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And leave a comment or free. Always great to hear from you and helps out the channel as well. Yeah, if you're interested in exclusive content, then check out the member program. Links in the description, and there's also a Discord server as well. Great to see you there. All right, take care, guys. Have a great day. I'll see you again. Bye for now. See ya. Bye.